If you clicked on this video, most likely you are actually noticing that nobody is watching your YouTube videos or your Instagram reels or whatever content that you create online. And that's because followers don't count anymore. Jack Conte, the CEO of Patreon, said it best. We entered the new era of the death of the follower. The platforms right now are basically pushing content based on interest, not the follower count, which is why you're starting noticing that you're seeing a lot of smaller channels on your feed now and running into content from smaller, content creators. That's because, if you like the video because, it's something that you're interested in right now, whether it's overlanding, 3D printing, or whatever, the platforms are learning what you're spending more time watching and what you're liking and interacting with, and start finding content like it to put it on your For You page. This whole thing has started with TikTok. TikTok was the first app that actually didn't care about who you follow, and it had this new thing called a For You page, right? So it just knows, it learns about your activity and what content you're watching and shows you more of that stuff. And then of course Instagram and YouTube jumped on that train and they did their own thing, right? Instagram with Reels and YouTube with Shorts, and Facebook obviously too. And yeah, so at that point, it just doesn't matter. It's actually engagement on the content is what matter more than the follower count. So from the consumer side, you probably actually don't mind. Although a lot of times I follow creators because I want to see what their next video is. Now, in order for me to know what they're up to, I will literally have to go to their page. I have to go to their channel and look up and see what the last video that they put out. Mostly because those are people that I actually follow because I care about them, personally. I like the content that they make, their style, whatnot. But as far as browsing, you go there, you're not gonna see content from any of those people that you actually follow. Maybe 1%, maybe. So some of you might be wondering, okay, what's the point? Should we not grow our followers anymore? Honestly, as of right now, where we're at, March 2025, the follower count and the subscriber count matters in the sense, it's more of a reputation thing. Oh, people know this person, which kind of makes things like brand deals and paid collaborations and stuff like that work easier. Companies, when they're running their marketing campaigns, they're targeting those people with big influences, right? So of course they're going to look at channels with a lot of subscribers, Instagram accounts with a lot of followers, etc. So, but I feel like this is the only time that followers actually matter at this point. I do see it maybe at some point, because if we're gonna go down this path, that these platforms most likely gonna start hiding the follower count, because it's almost irrelevant to show it. But I don't know, maybe they'll keep it mostly just for the brand deals and the collaborations, why not? But other than that, the follower count really doesn't matter anymore. So now you're asking, well, how do I get my content to be seen now then? I would say, honestly, make content that, one, you enjoy doing, and then two, be yourself. Just be authentic. When I follow somebody, I'm following them because I like their personality. I like the way they the style their videos and the way they shoot their videos and they make their content and whatnot. Because at that point, it's really, I don't care what kind of content they put out. I'm just gonna watch it most likely because I like them as a person. But also create content that you enjoy doing, but also providing value in a sense, you're solving a problem, because that's how the algorithm is going to start feeding some of the stuff, especially on YouTube. YouTube is a big Google search. It's how to do this thing, and people are going to search that, right? So if you know how to do it and you're really good at it, then create content around that, like how to make music, how to make a beat from scratch, how to make a trap style beat and stuff like that. How to grow a garden. Oh, our garden is actually looking pretty good. We've been getting a lot of rain in Phoenix lately, so the plants are loving it. Anyways, sidetracked. When it comes to content, if you want it to get shown, focus on solving problems and being yourself, and just treat your audience like your friends. That's what I always say. And also keep in mind that all these platforms are just rented space, right? Like, you don't own your followers, you don't own your subscribers or anything like that. It's very important to have something outside those platforms to kind of where you can have all your subscribers and followers there, so you can talk to them directly, whether that's email list or a Patreon or a Discord server. Shameless plug, I do have a newsletter that I recently started, so if you want to kind of stay in the know about what I'm doing, maybe get shouted on a project that you're working on, or some creator tools, this is the kind of stuff that I kind of talk about in my newsletter, so I'll put a link for it in the description below. So the bottom line is, right now, stop chasing followers, stop chasing subscribers. Focus on creating content that provides value, it solves a problem, and just be yourself. And that's it, really. Just those two. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.